11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, a lot of big marquee events are happening in the city of Detroit.
The NFL draft, of course, is next year. Final four in 4 years. And this past weekend was the Grand Prix back on city streets. But are these events helping local businesses? Let's get right to Fox News' Dave Kinchin. He's live downtown with a look at how the race benefited the city. And Dave, you spent many of days this past weekend checking this out yourself.
Yeah, it was really amazing to see so many people downtown. Of course, part of that plan, setting up that race, that circuit along areas where many businesses are, especially those mom and pop shops. They've been waiting for that green flag to see if that means green coming in to that cash register.
We had great music down here. The crowd that the Grand Prix brought was excellent. We couldn't ask for better people to come down here.
That's exactly what the team at Tin Roof Bar across from Comerica Park was looking for going into Detroit Grand Prix weekend. The race was back on downtown streets for the first time in 32 years.
There was so many people, like even my own father, you know, it's been years since he's seen the Grand Prix in the city, and he you know, I guess he wasn't a kid back then, but he, you know, old memories of how great it was, and you know, people who don't normally come downtown had to come down and see it, and you know, check it out and see how everything was, because it's crazy going through the streets down here instead of Belle Isle. It was an awesome scene.
The same impact was felt at the Golden Fleece restaurant in Greektown.
You can hear the roaring of the cars out. They had them playing on some of the speakers. A lot of out-of-towners. It was really busy. A lot more than usual, so business is picking back up. I'm glad to see that.
Race organizers tell Fox 2 they projected a $20 million increase in economic spending over previous years with the race back on the streets, on top of the $55 million in revenue generated when it was on Belle Isle. Grand Prix planners say they designed the 1.7-mile circuit strategically to be more inclusive, keeping it from running north of Jefferson, with 280 small businesses located within a 15-minute walk of the track. They created the small business straightaway too.
We invited 30 small businesses from the neighborhoods. We heard loud and clear that neighborhood businesses felt very disconnected from major events. But we really hoped and believed that if we built this event the right way, both physically and programmatically, that we could have a positive impact on local economies.
And with other major events coming to town like the NFL Draft and college basketball's Final Four, business people we talked with hope the Grand Prix Green is a taste of things to come.
It's going to be a great time over the next few years. We're super excited here at Tin Roof just for the draft and everything next year. It's going to be a wild time.
Now, despite some complaints about congestion and delays in getting from one part of downtown to another, city leaders say they're going to tweak some things. That's part of this whole process when you try something new. But overall, a lot of people feeling some really good vibes from this past weekend. We're live in downtown Detroit. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Well, LifeSaving Actions in Macomb County, a young girl back home after being found in a swimming pool.
Not only heroics from first responders, but also her father. Fox 2's Dave Spencer with that story.
They saved her life. Like, even if I do everything for these people, I can't be thankful more enough.
That is 2-year-old Mira Latif, smiling in her father's arms, seemingly unaware of what happened to her just 48 hours earlier when this 911 call was made.
Ma'am, I can't understand you. Stop screaming. What's going on? My daughter! Hold on, it's wonderful!
A panic call after realizing that Mira had somehow left the house on her own and fell into their pool.
It's just one of those calls that, you know, you hope you never receive.
Is he breathing? No!
The dispatcher attempts to help the family revive Mira before help arrives.
Her heartbeat is not there, and she's not breathing.
Within 2 minutes of placing that call, deputies arrive.
Just see the police start jumping the fence. I don't know, it comes from everywhere.
Come on. Come on.
They take over, waiting on an ambulance that is stuck in a construction zone. When every second matters, choices must be made.
And then a collaborative decision was made at the scene by our fire personnel from Macomb Township and our Macomb Sheriff deputies, and they decided that, you know, they had to transport this child.
You can do that. Go ahead.
All right, we can load and go. They can't wait for the ambulance. A Macomb Township firefighter takes Mira in the back of a Macomb County deputy's car, performing CPR while en route to the hospital.
You can just imagine the stress, the anxiety that's going on at the scene.
They did amazing. Like, in a few seconds, they just left with her and got me to the hospital.
From there, she is airlifted to Royal Oak and is now back home in Macomb Township, expected to make a full recovery. Mira's father says he has since secured the ladder to the pool, making sure only adults can raise and lower it. They're also working to get in touch with those first responders who saved the day. The family says they want to thank them all personally. Dave Spencer, on the Edge.
Well, pretty scary stuff there. You're looking at video of shots being fired in the parking lot of a Warren High School. It happened at Michigan Collegiate on Ryan Road near 13 Mile as students were being released for the day just before 3 p.m. Police say some students were suspended earlier in the day, then came back. A fight broke out and someone who is not a student fired several shots. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. Police are reviewing security footage to identify the suspects. And the Harper Woods Education Association claiming the school district tried to cover up an incident where a student brought a gun to the high school last week.
Harper Woods police reporting the incident on Monday, 5 days after a staff member found the gun in the student's backpack.
Harper Woods educators, parents, and students deserve to know the truth. The Harper Woods Education Association is calling for a full investigation into this incident.
According to the police report, when the employee tried to take the teen to the principal's office, he ran away from the school. He was later arrested at his parents' home.
A gymnastics photographer who worked with kids across the country is caught with child pornography.
So disturbing. According to federal court documents, 58-year-old David Yellen of Royal Oak admitted he had child sexual abuse images on his computer but denied making them. Agents found 500 images considered child porn, showing girls 10 to 13 years old exposing themselves. A survivor of serial child rapist Larry Nassar reacts to another well-known figure in the gymnastics community caught with child porn.
I've known David since I was very, very young when I started gymnastics. He was, always the guy with the camera around the gym and showing you, what you look like in your skills and taking funny videos of us messing around in the gym.
Now, Yellen told agents he would secretly take photos of children's feet at the local gymnastics academy where he worked, then use those photos for his own perverted pleasure. Just disgusting. Well, the continued anti-hero story between Taylor Swift fans and Ticketmaster has a new great war.
Also known as Swifties, they keep asking why an error message pops up when they attempt to purchase concert tickets from Ticketmaster. This attorney believes they know who to blame.
The merger of Ticketmaster and Live Nation. It's 100% intentional. Since the merger, Ticketmaster has become, this monolith, monopolistic company that determines ticket prices. They control all of the artists.
Attorney Jennifer Kinder and her daughter are big fans. The Dallas-based attorney is taking action representing Swifties in their legal case against Ticketmaster.
Just a beautiful evening outside, a beautiful day, and we're hoping for more days like this.
A whole lot more days like this. Rich Litterman, what can you tell us?
Amy and Roop, we're on a great stretch here. 16 days and counting without rain, officially at Metro Airport, and this great stretch continues through the Great Lakes, the Tennessee Valley, the Ohio River Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, all dealing with quiet weather. Now, if you want to see some rain on the map, there it is. Nova Scotia, in and around Halifax, they're dealing with wet weather with that area of low pressure. That's well off to our east. For us, high and dry. For the thumb down to Detroit, Grand Rapids, Chicago, Milwaukee, Green Bay, Traverse City, all looking good. We showed you this map at 10 o'clock. Still one fire up around Grayling. That is under control, but there are a lot more fires in central Ontario and especially central Quebec. And that's why we saw some of that smoke again today, and we will likely see more of it tomorrow. How about live pictures from Chicago O'Hare? Looking good there. Traffic moving freely. The airplanes moving freely as well. Some of us made it to 80 degrees plus today. Look at Lansing, 84, Jackson, 82. A little cooler near the water. That's typical in June. 75 Monroe, 76 Mount Clemens. The numbers at the airport, 80 and 54. If you look at the numbers together, right where we should be for this time of June. Look at the records on the high side and on the low side. Sunset tonight, beautiful out there, 9:06. Right now, a lot of us in the upper 60s, still 73 in Lansing, 60 Ann Arbor, 63 over at Selfridge Field. How about the wind speeds, the direction, all light and variable. That'll be the case for the rest of tonight. Cooler air off to our east, but we're on this nice stretch with low humidity, and that'll be continuing right through Friday. Some warm spots up north. Fargo 75, Dallas close to 80 right now, 74 in Orlando. For us, weak cold front moving through the area, pushing south. Boy, more nice weather for you. Enjoy it while it lasts. We could use some rain, though. 60 degrees tonight. That's the overnight low. Tomorrow back to 79. Hazy and dry once again. Right there is the 7-day, and it does show a chance for some much-needed rain Saturday night into Sunday. Remember, always get the latest forecast. Check it out. The Fox 2 weather app. You can download it for free anytime in the App Store or in Google Play. Roop will see you at 4 a.m.
Rich, thanks so much. Well, it was a great weekend to get on the boat and enjoy the sunshine. This one here on Union Lake got a little too lit. This boat exploded Sunday afternoon. It happened on a sandbar. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Deputies are reminding boaters to properly use your boat's blower motor before activating the ignition. State law also now requires boaters to have a working fire extinguisher on board.
Highland Park and the Great Lakes Water Authority have reached an agreement on their water bills. Highland Park has until Friday to pay the Water Authority $1 million. And once that happens, they'll push the court cases back until October. A $24 million judgment against the city also won't be enforced for now. Highland Park faced a water shutoff because of a multi-million-dollar unpaid bill. They asked the state to approve bankruptcy in the case earlier this year.